I do try to tap into my inner Kenya. He had a really good knack for knowing what would make things better. When the house was quiet and nothing was really going on, he'd scoop up the kids, let's go get ice cream. And we could have fun anywhere. My oldest son, who has special needs, he loves elevators. And he would literally drive around to big apartment garages and just let him ride the elevator. He was just so good at that kind of stuff. And it was things that I just wouldn't think of. He was a huge fitness buff. Gentle workouts were not his thing. It was like 1,000 push-ups. So I remember when we were in Virginia, he called me and he thought he was having a heart attack. When he was telling me his symptoms, I'm like, that sounds like your lung. And I'm like, did you choke on something? Did something get stuck? He just swore it was his heart. And to be honest, when they found it, it was very, very small. But I like to think that the reason why his body was so sensitive to it is because he was so healthy. He was a never smoker. He did not drink. He worked out all the time. And thank God for this doctor at this urgent care. He said, hey, your heart is good, but you've got a nodule right here. I don't know if you're aware. It's gotten a little bit bigger. And he said, I'm not saying that it's cancer, but I think you need to go ahead and have it looked at. And that was kind of like what set everything in motion. So he scheduled a biopsy. He does the biopsy and it comes back negative. So we're elated, we're like, oh my God, I knew you didn't have cancer. Like, that's awesome. And he's like, but we also do a PET scan to make sure. That's when we saw it. The PET scan was avid. Their course of treatment was surgery. So they removed his lower left lobe to get the cancer out. And luckily we were cancer free for 3 years.
You can do better than that.
So he got back to working out. He even passed the fit test, which was a really big deal for him. Everybody in the office was cheering him on, and so it was sort of like, life renewed. At that point, he was still getting scanned pretty regularly, every 3 months. On that 3-month scan, they saw the recurrence. So all the doctors come together and they formulate a plan. And so the plan, again, the answer was surgical. So they wanted to perform a pneumonectomy where they just removed the entire left lung. FBI Agents Association really came into our lives when it just seemed like everything was coming apart. As he progressed and continued to get worse, the bills got even worse. Because now it's not one discipline in play, it's multiple disciplines in play. Now, cardiology is on board because we have to make sure his heart is healthy. Radiation is on board. Oncology, thoracic oncology is on board. Interventional pulmonology is on board. So now you've got each department billing you. To be able to call MD Anderson and Texas Children's and say, hey, how much is on my account? And pay it when you have everything else going on. It's the weight that you don't necessarily feel until it's lifted. And that was such a huge help when we knew that the road wasn't going to do anything but get harder. And eventually, he just started to slow down. He just wasn't looking well. And so I called, again, 911. They came. His oxygen saturation wasn't great. He wasn't at that 92 threshold. I think he was just below it. So they were like, we gotta go to the ER. We went downtown, and when we got there and we were waiting in the ER, that's when he was like, Steph, I don't think I'm gonna make it out. Through this whole time, all I see is him. You don't see the decline. He was really strong. His breaths got further and further apart. We had to say goodbye. being an agent or even being a part of the FBI organization, it's a part of you. It's not a job you leave. You know, it's not a 9 to 5. It's truly, truly a calling. Because I'm fully confident in saying that people join the FBI to help other people. That's what it is. You join it to help other people. And in order for you to help other people, sometimes you need a little bit of help yourself. So from my perspective and what my family has gone through, it allowed us to do that. It's family. You know, it's the family that it doesn't leave you in a lurch. And I know that that would make Kenya really proud.
Hello, my name is Kenya Merrick. I'm an agent with the FBI Houston Division. Back in 2009, I voluntarily served with the FBI's mission during Iraqi freedom. I was diagnosed with stage 3 non-small cell lung cancer adenocarcinoma. My treatments have consisted of a number of different things to include a lobectomy, which was the removal of half of my lung on my left side, biopsies, chemotherapy, and radiation. The FBI Association has been a keystone in support of my family, both financially and support. Please continue to support the association. It gives me great solace to know that my family will be the beneficiaries both through college and other types of support through this association. Future generations are dependent on this particular support. Thank you again for all your support. Go America. God bless America.